Innis Gunn craft brewed lager beer.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I've got another one from Innis Gunn, and this is the last one in their core range that I haven't tried. And I've tried all their barrel aged ales, which I have to say were pretty good apart from the IPA. Didn't really like that. I thought that was a bit... I thought they were jumping on the bandwagon doing an IPA, but they've done a lager, and I'm intrigued to see what this tastes like. They're Innis Gunn, if you're not aware of them, they're based up in Scotland. They are an independent brewer who have contracted, or did contract out stuff to the Tennent's Brewery in Glasgow, and they were doing that up until last year. Now they've built their own independent brewery. They are going to be brewing up there in, I think it's Perth and Edinburgh. They've got two breweries, and they are independent in the true sense of the word, and they are craft brewers in the true sense of the word as well. And this is their attempt at lager beer, as they call it, lager beer. Who the fuck calls it lager beer? It's lager. Anyway, they make me think about saying it's brewed with naked golden oats, whatever that means. So, what is this? Well, it is a 4.6 lager beer, as they call it. It is in a 660ml bottle, which is unusual because I don't know what it is. Some breweries now, they're choosing all weird and wonderful sizes to put their beers in. And this is a 660. It's usually lagers that have got this, you know, this extra capacity in them. But it's a nice bottle, it's all engraved and everything. There is the label if you want to have a look at that. I'm sure you've all seen this before. This is available in all the supermarkets. There is the cap. Yeah, I'll just turn it around. There's the cap, Innis Gunn cap. And there is the back of the label. Now, these are quite interesting. I was watching some fucking nonsense with... what's that tosser's name? Gordon Ramsay. And they brewed some of this stuff, not the lager, they brewed some of the ale in the back garden, and they aged it in the barrels and all that. So they know what they're doing, and I'm intrigued to see what this tastes like. As I say, the other stuff was good. This stuff I've never tried. So let's get it open. Right, what have we got on the nose, out of the bottle? Not a lot. There's vague malt on that. And vague flowery smells, but not a lot. And they're saying on this that there's like a citrusy sort of taste and aroma, and to be honest, if you look up the hops that they use Goldings and Styrian Goldings. Now, Goldings are a type of hops, and they grow them in Kent, East Kent Goldings. They're quite well known. Styrian Goldings are grown in Austria and Slovenia, but both of them type of hops have an earthy, resinous, and slightly spicy, peppery sort of flavour and aroma. There's no citrus in there whatsoever, so I don't know where the citrus they're talking about is coming from. But let's get it into the glass and see what's going on in the glass. Now remember, this is a lager beer, as they call it. won't fill it all out because there's 660 ml. We won't get it in all the bottles. And again, this fucking dishwasher, look at the state of that, all them bubbles hanging on the side of the glass. And as I said before, if you do get that in a pub, hand it back because the glass is dirty. There's a problem with my dishwasher. I've got to sort that out. I don't know what is going on there, but it ain't normal. So on the nose, what are we getting out of the glass? There's one finger sort of head, and it's a sort of straw gold type colour. On the nose, out of the glass. Again, not a lot. Vague malt, sweet malt, vague sweet malt. And a tiny, tiny bit of lemon on that, but not a great deal. Let's get it down the gullet, shall we? Very average. Now they use quite a lot of malt in this, or different types of malt. They use ale malt and lager malt and oats as well, as they make a big thing of saying on the bottle. But to be honest, very average. The citrus they're talking about, I'm not getting it on the nose, which I wouldn't expect to from the malts from the hops they're using. Sorry, but on the palate, well, maybe there is some slight lemon citrus on that, but it's very average. This is cold. I've had this in the fridge for a while, and to be honest, lager is supposed to be drunk cold. That's the whole point of it. It is stored cold and it's poured cold. Let's give it another go through the head. There's a bit more of a head on that now. It's okay. It's tasting like a slightly above average lager. It's better than your normal macro brewed lagers. The malts are giving it a nice biscuit finish on that, and there's some slight lemon citrus. I know they make a big thing about saying there's citrus on it, but there's no more citrus than any German lager, to be honest. And in fact, I've tasted more interesting flavours from a run of the mill. I've just tried the Kronbecker, and to be honest, it's better than this. And they're one of the biggest brewers in Germany. And they're saying it's craft brewed. It is craft brewed, but I just think that they've brewed something that's, for a craft brewed lager, it's quite average. It is certainly better than your macro brewed stuff, but and it's okay, it's drinkable. I've got no alarm bells ringing there at all, but it doesn't stand out for me. This is just a solid average craft brewed lager. It's certainly better than what you'd pick up off a corner shop shelf like Carlsberg or Heineken or any of the other, big brewers. And I do like what they do. I mean, their ales are fantastic. I just think, they've made a big thing about the malts that they've used. They used ale malt in this. When they say ale malt, I imagine that they're using that in their, the Innis Gunn barrel aged stuff. I imagine it's the same malts that they're using in there, but that's top fermented. So to be honest, if you're going to bottom ferment it, I don't think it's going to make much difference. Now, I'm not, an expert on brewing. That's just my opinion, if you like. But all in all, it sounds like I'm being harsh. It's not bad, and I could drink this. And I'm going to drink the rest of this. This certainly isn't going down the sink. It's not like that. Yeah, it's just a clean drinking, slightly above average tasting lager. Is there better out there? Yeah, there is. There's a hell of a lot better out there. I think Innis Gunn should stick to doing their barrel aged stuff, which is really nice. If you've not tried that, they do a bourbon barrel aged ale, and they do I think it's rum barrel aged ale. So what's the verdict? Well, as I say, it doesn't really stand out as a craft brewed lager. Having said that, it's okay. There's no alarm bells on there. It's quite clean drinking. It's nice. There's nothing in this drink that would make me want to say that's a bad beer, because it's not. But it doesn't really stand out for me. So on that opinion, I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Now that might sound slightly harsh, but if you're going to call it craft brewed, I want to taste, Munich malts. I want to taste the light malts and the biscuity and bready malts that the Germans do in their lager, because that's what you're aiming for. I mean, that is and the Czech pilsners as well. That's your sort of target, and this slightly falls short of that. It doesn't give me them big bready and biscuit malts, and it doesn't give me that lovely lemon citrus that you get in between, and it doesn't give you that big aftertaste. It's just everything's a bit subdued on that. So I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10, and would I recommend it? I'm going to say there's better out there, but if it's a choice between this and Heineken or Foster's or Carling, fucking go for this all day long. And that's my opinion. And remember, beer is working class champagne.